Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you to be joining me today. You are in the TYM workshop. That is Transform Your Life by Transforming Your Mindset. You know what? Your journey starts here, like today, right now. There is no more going back to your old ways. Right now, decide. Decide now to make a commitment to yourself to really be present during our time together. So I'm being super honest and upfront, just letting you know your journey starts here and it starts now. Hello. Sometimes it's nice to put a face to the name and voice. This is me. I'm Courtney. I'm a holistic nutritionist, Pilates instructor, and licensed esthetician and business owner since 2013, turned motivational lifestyle coach for busy moms and female entrepreneurs. I was an employee for years, and I always had this prompting, this pull that God wanted something different for me. He wanted me to use my talents and struggles to help others succeed. So here's what Judy has to say about me. Courtney is so genuine and caring. She understood what concerns I had, and she was there with me every step of the way. She offered real advice to help me think of things in a different way. And let me tell you, she is the real deal. Another thing that stood out to me is she followed up with me to see how I was doing, which made me appreciate her even more. So, we are going to jump right in, and today it's all about mindset. So, what exactly is mindset? We're going to focus on two today. That is, on one side of the fence, we have growth, and the other side of the fence, we have fixed. And we're going to start with fixed. It's a mindset where the belief system, individuals perceive their abilities and intelligence and talents as unchangeable traits. Like you cannot get any better. Whatever gifts you're blessed with, that's it. You can't improve, you can't progress forward. You can't change. But you know what? The mind, it's a super powerful thing, and when you fill it with positive thoughts, your life, it really will start to change. So, on the other side of the fence, we have a growth mindset, and it's going to foster resilience by encouraging you to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and improvement. This resilience allows you to bounce back from failures and setbacks more effectively, and you're going to see them as temporary hurdles rather than permanent limitations. Embracing a growth mindset promotes a thirst, a need, a crave for knowledge and continuous learning. So, on the limiting mindset side of the fence, people that are stuck, they are stuck in their ways. They avoid challenges. They prefer to stay within their comfort zone, and they take feedback super personally and may completely ignore it or flat out resist it. They don't want to hear it. Whatever they're doing is fine by them. It doesn't matter if there's a better way of doing something or an easier way. They don't want to hear it. They actually take criticism as a personal attack, and they feel super discouraged. They also might feel threatened by the success of other people and may be envious or super jealous. They tend to dwell on setbacks, and these setbacks are just proof to them that they lack ability and they're just going to give up super easy. They might feel jealous again or resentful towards other people's achievements. If they see, as an example, if they see somebody that they work with get an award or be acknowledged for something and the other person isn't being highlighted, they don't want anybody else to succeed. They want everybody else to be just as miserable. So they will not celebrate anybody else's accomplishments. They prefer to stick to familiar methods and avoiding any new approach. They believe that abilities and intelligence are innate and cannot be significantly changed. That is like the end all be all. That is like a death sentence. That's what it sounds like to me. Just a death sentence. Horrible way to live. So, what is it going to cost you if you stay in that fixed or limiting mindset? Well, you're going to have missed opportunities. You might be overlooked for chances of personal growth or learning or advancement or career advancement due to fear of failure or change. And without growth, you risk becoming stagnant in your abilities and knowledge, potentially falling behind in a rapidly evolving world. Trust me, it is way harder to play catch up than it is to move forward, even if it's at a turtle's pace. A limited mindset can reinforce your negative self perceptions and undermine self confidence, which leads to a decreased motivation and fulfillment. It can also cause strain on relationships, work relationships, personal relationships. It can hinder collaboration and communication with others, and you may struggle to adapt or compromise in different situations. You may struggle to bounce back from setbacks or challenges as you lack the belief in your ability to learn or even improve from them. So, on the other side of the fence, we have growth mindset. And I love this picture. She is feeding her mind, and you can see the beauty that grows from the mind. People with a growth mindset, they're going to embrace challenges. You see them as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles to avoid at all costs. You believe that consistent effort and perseverance lead to improvement and mastery over time. You're open to feedback. You actively seek feedback and view it as constructive criticism that helps you enhance your skills. It makes you better. You find inspiration in the success of others and you use it to fuel your own fire as motivation to further develop your own abilities. You also see failures as temporary setbacks, not a dead end, and opportunities to learn, adjust, and ultimately succeed. With increased resilience, this is what you're going to gain. So, you're going to have more resilience. You're going to develop the ability to bounce back even better and stronger from setbacks and failures more effectively. You're going to embrace challenges, not be afraid of them, but embrace them and see them as opportunities to learn and improve your skills. You're going to be more likely to achieve your goals because your persistent effort and adaptability, and you're going to foster a collaborative and supportive environment by valuing feedback and learning from others. You're going to experience greater satisfaction and fulfillment. Your heart is going to be full, your cup is going to be overflowing, and you're going to continuously strive for personal and professional development. So let's pause for a second. Take a moment and just think back to the past couple slides. If you've been taking notes, think about something that's stuck out to you. Do you have more check marks on the limiting mindset of the fence or on the growth mindset side of the fence? Which one are you on? Let's take a quick temp check on the mindset meter. But you know what? I am here today to tell you that today is a new day, a fresh day, a fresh start to the day, and to remind you that, you know what, your life is as good as your mindset. So take applause with that, write that down at the top on a piece of paper, write a new day, and underneath that, write your life is as good as your mindset, but make it personal. So write my life is as good as my mindset. So capitalize M and Y in my, both of them, and underline it. Use a different color pen if you want. Just make it pretty. So here are some traits of a positive mindset. Let's see how many you check off. Do you believe in development and embracing challenges? Do you believe in effort makes somebody better? Do you value learning and welcome feedback? Are you inspired by others? And do you see failure as a learning opportunity? Do you consistently pursue your goals? And are you adaptable to change? How many did you check off? I checked off most of them. It took me a while to, which one was it? It was seeing it took me a while to see failure as a learning opportunity. That was one that took me a couple years to embrace, but the others, I was pretty good in most of them. And but that failure as learning opportunities, that's one that I had struggled with, and my life completely changed when I started to embrace that and make that mindset shift in how I view failure or setbacks. So, ahead are a couple favorite words of mine. We're going to start with yet. This 3 letter word, YET, holds so much power. The word yet contributes to a growth mindset by emphasizing that abilities and skills can develop over time with effort and persistence. So, as an example, if you would like to run a marathon or walk 20 miles, but you say, I would like to run a marathon, but I'm not a runner. Put yet at the end of that sentence because that leaves the door of opportunity open, even if it's open just a crack or completely wide open. By ending the sentence after I'm not a runner, that just closes off all opportunity for any kind of growth or development going forward. So place yet at the end. Or another example is I would like to walk 20 miles, but I could never walk that far yet. So by placing yet at the end of that sentence, it leaves the opportunity open that I'm going to start training to walk 20 miles. I'm not closing it off that I can never walk 20 miles. That is super far and it's just not doable. But if I say I can't walk 20 miles yet, that means that there is opportunity and the possibility that I am going to train to walk 20 miles and I will achieve that goal. The door is open just a smidge, but it's not completely closing. So, another favorite word of mine is embrace. Embracing challenges contributes to that growth mindset by fostering resilience and a positive attitude towards learning and development. When someone embraces challenges, they see setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve rather than as failures. So maybe you're already thinking, yeah, she sounds like a broken record. She already said this because it's super important. I really want you to take in what I'm saying and let it resonate with you. So, this mindset encourages you to persist in the face of difficulties instead of shutting down, instead of stopping, or instead of giving up. You're going to see constructive feedback and ultimately grow your ability and skills over time. So, another word that I like is learn. So, by learning, you're emphasizing the process of acquiring new knowledge, skills, and experiences. And seeking contributes to this growth mindset by promoting a proactive approach to learning, improvement, and development. One way seeking supports this mindset is by encouraging individuals to actively pursue challenges and opportunities outside of the comfort zone. So, the comfort zone, it is a super comfortable place to be. I used to live in that very frequently. That was my safe space. I didn't want to step out of that comfort zone because I was afraid of the unknown. I was stuck in that limiting mindset for so many years. And it took me 20, 22, 25 plus years to change my thinking. And I have been actively working on a growth mindset for probably the past, I would say, three, three-ish years. But these words are some of my favorites. And let me tell you, I'm being completely honest. When you make that slight shift in your mindset, it's going to put your life, your path, your life path on a whole new trajectory. Your life is going to change drastically. You're going to be happier, lighter, more free. You're going to see opportunities. There it is again. I'm repeating myself, but you're going to see opportunities for change and growth, and any setbacks. You're going to welcome those. You're going to welcome setbacks and say, what can I learn from this? So just know that change is inevitable, it is unstoppable. But you know what? On the other side of that, growing in progress, that is completely optional. So, my question to you is, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the same place as you are right now? Or are you going to choose a different path? You are at a fork in the road. Which way are you going to go? To the left? That's the fixed mindset way. That is the limiting beliefs way. That is the comfort zone way. Now, the path to the right, it may be unknown. You don't know what's going to come at you. Oh, what sounds more exciting? Are you going to take the comfort zone path? You already know where that leads. Hopelessness, depression, stuck. That does not sound fun at all. Or are you going to take the other path and, you know what? Embrace the unknown, see any changes that come, embrace them and see them as learning opportunities, time to learn something new, to learn a different way, to experience growth. That, even though it might sound a little scary at first, trust me, it is, but you are going to be so much happier down that second path. So, right now, just if you're by yourself, if you're driving, do not close your eyes. But if you're sitting at a desk or listening this while you're walking, or maybe you're out to lunch, just real quick, close your eyes and imagine if you stay in that same place, stagnant as you are right now, what is your life going to be like in 6 months or 3 years from now? How are you going to feel? Okay, think about how you feel right now at this very moment. If you were happy in your life, if you were comfortable, you would not be listening to this webinar, this podcast, this workshop. I'm guessing you don't want your life to be the same as it is today in 3 years, or even 6 months or 3 months from now. Okay, now we're going to switch gears. So I want you to visualize yourself making that change. You go down that right, you're at the fork, you take the unknown path, you take the right side of the road. It's fear of the unknown. That's okay. But you're making that shift. You're saying, yes, I want a different life. I want a better mindset. I want to be happier and more free. So see yourself making that change today. Now you're determined and you're committed, and you are going to take just one step, one day at a time. How do you feel? Maybe you feel more happy. You can feel immediately that the weight is lifted off your shoulders. Maybe you have a smile on your face now. Maybe you have, you are excited because you can see hope in front of you. Maybe you can see yourself living a life that you absolutely love. So take out a piece of paper or open up a journal, and at the top, write day one, my life starts today. And also put the date at the top because you're going to have something to reference back to, maybe in a couple months, maybe a year from now, maybe in 5 years from now. And then underneath that, I want you to write down 3 to 5 things that you can do now, right now, to start to create the change. It does not have to be super elaborate or super daunting. Make it easy, make it simple. Just write 3 to 5 simple things that you can do right now to make that change. Maybe it's eating better, starting off with a healthier breakfast or a better dinner. Maybe it's signing up for a gym membership and taking one class a week. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing type thing or mindset. That is not what we're getting at here. But just start with one thing, and that first domino, it's going to fall. And you know what's going to happen? The other dominoes are going to start to fall as well. And pretty soon that momentum builds up, and there's so much energy running through those dominoes that they're going to be unstoppable. Whatever is in their way, they're going to get plowed over. So, under those 3 to 5 things that you just wrote down, I want you to write a simple 6 month goal. And then under that, write a 1 year goal, and then maybe a long term goal of 3 years. What do you want to accomplish in 3 years? If you don't want to do that last one, that's totally fine. But let's just focus on 6 months and let's focus on 1 year. At the bottom of the page, or if you already are close to filling up that first page, flip it over. And I want you to write 3 truths about yourself. Some examples are, I am strong and determined to reach my 6 month goal of, and then list it out. Maybe it's, I want to reach my 6 month goal of losing 10 pounds. 10 pounds in 6 months, that is completely doable. Maybe it's, I want to run a mile by the end of 6 months. If you've never run before, that can seem kind of like a freaky thing. Trust me. Start off with walking and then fast walking. Do some intervals. Maybe add in 30 seconds of a slow jog. And then over time, over the next few months, start adding more time to that jog or run and add some more speed. I am resilient and won't others discourage me from completing. List it out. Or another example, I'm going to take one day at a time to work toward. List it out. Write 3 truths about yourself. So instead of standing at the bottom and looking at the top, to the top of the mountain, you see all of those steps, or you see the steep incline. Just focus on the very first step, the one thing that you can do. You can take that first step. You might go slow, and that's okay. Keep focus on one thing at a time, what's right in front of you. It's the one thing that you can do each day to keep you moving forward. And like those dominoes, your momentum, it's going to start to engage, and your sights will still be on the peak. You're going to see that end goal, but now you're going to have more drive than ever. You might stop and revisit that top of the mountain, your end goal, and that's okay. You might be 6 months into a year-long goal. Stop. Look at the end goal. Now it doesn't seem as scary or freaky. It won't seem as daunting either, because you can look back and see how far you've come. And then you ask yourself, am I glad that I did this? Am I glad I made that change 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever? Ask yourself if it was worth it. Chances are you're going to say, yeah, it was worth it. I I hope to God you will not say, gosh, this was a waste of time, and I'm going to go back into being in a stuck mindset. I'm going to go back to just staying in my comfort zone. I felt better there. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. So ask yourself if it's worth going back to the bottom or persevering forward to reach the peak, reach that end goal, and you're going to see the beauty of life at the top. So in life, we all have setbacks. And here are my 5 tips to help you deal with those setbacks. Number 1 is mindful reflection. Take time to reflect on the setback without judgment or self-criticism. This mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions objectively, gaining insight into what happened and why. Number 2 is having a learning mindset, a learning orientation. Instead of viewing these setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Okay, I'm repeating myself again, I know. So ask yourself what lessons you can extract from the experience to improve in the future. Number 3 is develop resilience. By focusing on your strengths and your past successes, remind yourself of times when you've overcome challenges or setbacks, and it's going to reinforce your ability to bounce back and persevere. Number 4 is getting support. Reach out to supportive and encouraging friends, people that are in your corner that believe in you. It can be a mentor or a work colleague, or somebody that you've met at the gym. Uh, get support for perspective and encouragement. Talking through any setbacks with others that are in your corner, they can provide valuable insight and alternative viewpoints and emotional support. Now, I say this with caution because when we're excited about something, our first inclination is to tell our friends, to tell our family. And sometimes that is not the wisest choice. They might not have your drive, your ambition, or see your goals. They might not have your. I think I just said ambition, but telling the wrong people, trust me, you're going to be very discouraged, and you're probably going to feel like giving up. That was a hard lesson that I had to learn. And now I am very selective in who I share my goals, my dreams, my aspirations with. And when I share those with the right people, you know what? I'm encouraged. I'm on fire. I have more drive and focus more than ever. So, number 5 in the tips is evaluating your goals. So, determine if any adjustments or modifications are necessary to better align with your current circumstances or lessons learned. Adapt your approach while staying committed to your long term objectives. And by integrating these tools into your approach to setbacks, you can cultivate a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. Yep, I repeated myself again, more than happy to. I love this quote by Winston Churchill. He said, "Success is not final and failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." So we are at the end of our time. I want to thank you for choosing to spend your time with me, for going all in on this webinar, listening to this podcast, for participating and being honest with yourself. Sometimes that is the hardest thing to do, is to just be honest with yourself. So if you've gained anything out of our time together, please let me know. I appreciate your feedback. I create things for you. So of course, I want to hear from you. Email me at hello@courtneyspaeth.com, and I will talk to you again soon.